Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, October 7th, October 17th. The time is 4:03 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 15 degrees Celsius. And this is the intersection of Bloor and Spadina. And just on the north side of the intersection is Spadina subway station. And there's a lot of construction along Bloor Street here. When all is said and done, there will be protected bike lanes installed, and I think they're also resurfacing the street. And I think I'll be walking south down Spadina Avenue for a bit on this one. Maybe I'll detour and briefly wander in around the University of Toronto campus, which is just to the left here. You'll probably end up at Queen's Park subway station. Finished up recording a video right where I started this one from. And I wasn't quite ready to go home. I thought, I've got my camera on me still. Let's go record something else. This is a much nicer day than the forecast said it would be. There's the building that's part of UofT. That's Washington Avenue on the left. I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm supposed to be on the cold side. So I planned recording an indoor walk. But first I wanted to hang out in the Annex area a little bit, and I grabbed a coffee and some lunch. Then I decided the weather was too nice, so let's go out and do some recording. And I'll save that inside video for a later date. So here we are, completely unplanned and off the cuff, video number 2. And this is Sussex Avenue. I was kind of hoping we'd see a streetcar either climbing out of the station or dipping down into it. It looks like the luck of timing isn't on my side for this one. Let's walk along Sussex a block. I don't know if I've ever recorded along here. I'll connect back to Spadina. That's the Center for Sport Policy Studies. Not sure if all of these properties are owned by the university or not. I don't think so. If you do know, let me know down in the comments. Save Main Street, I shop local. There's where the University of Toronto campus police are based out of. And this is Huron Street, and St. George Street is just over there. I will avoid that because I'm planning on doing a fall colors themed walk up Beverly and St. George in the coming weeks. There's the new addition to Robarts Library. It's a large brutalist library that looks kind of like a giant turkey on the other side. So the next street over is St. George, as I mentioned, which is probably the busiest street on campus. And this is Harvard Street. There's look up at Robarts. Now a decision looms. Do I want to keep going south on Huron Street or walk directly into the sun back over towards Spadina? You know what? Let's stay on Huron Street. Just kind of making this one up as I go anyways. Seems like I was not paying attention and missed a light crossing. Or no one pressed the button. Clear enough. So I did a walk through the UofT campus shortly after school went back into session. You can find that on the channel. I've also done walks in prior years through there. Those are the Ramsey Wright laboratories. This might be the least picturesque part of campus here. This building seems quite out of place. That's the Clara Benson building. It's part of the Faculty of Kinesiology. I think I could take that back over to Spadina. There's the Forestry Conservation Building. You know what? Of all the directions I could walk in here, this looks the most inviting. This is a closed part of Willcocks Street.
One child? Yeah, I don't think we'll do it.
It's an interesting setup. I don't think diagonal works so well for a basketball hoop. That guy looked like he was about to go star in The Matrix or something. It's interesting seeing how kids dress. Yes, it was inevitable if I was heading this way, we'd get to St. George. I'll just be here for a few blocks. And north up St. George at Bloor Street, you'll find St. George subway station. And sadly, that's what I think it is. That raccoon is not taking a nap, at least not a temporary nap. This is the largest and most populated campus in the country. It's also the country's most well-known university. I'll spare you from me trying to remember facts. This is what happens when I don't prepare. I had no idea I'd be walking through here today. Those aren't campus police, those are actual police. It's the #1 engineering school in Canada. You know what? Let's walk along Ursula Franklin Street here, back over to Spadina, as per the original plan. Astronomy and astrophysics. don't think I've ever been along this stretch, camera in hand for this channel. Central steam plant. All right, it's back to Huron Street. And there is one of the CAMH locations, the Center for Mental Health or Center for Addiction and Mental Health. Their main campus is down on Queen Street West in West Queen West. And that building straight ahead is part of the UofT School of Architecture. It's been extensively renovated, but it goes back to the 1800s. There's some 510 Spadina streetcar action. There's the front of the Daniels building. So if I were to keep going south down Spadina here, once I'm south of College, which is coming up, we'll be in Chinatown. A Smokes Poutineery. Wonder if most of their customers are from the university. Let's see if I can make this light. Look south into Chinatown. It says College Street. And the city is planning to make this a protected bike lane. wonder if these curbs are part of that plan. I think that cyclist might have thought I was about to step in front of the bike lane. I don't mind that bell. It's better to give a heads up and be overly careful than not at all.
Yes, that's okay.
But this is east on the south side of College Street, and I'll just stick here, or stick to here until I get to University, and that's where we'll find Queen's Park Station. The Lillian H. Smith. What was that attempt? I gotta make a YouTube short out of that butchered attempt. Lillian H. Smith Library branch. And it's got the look of one of those grand old libraries, but I think it's actually quite modern. Let's never speak of that mispronunciation again.
Technically, we do have to.
And it is Huron Street once again. Can't avoid this place today, or this street. See a tower off to the south. Tahini's. It's the place with the blueberry flame wraps there. It's interesting seeing how differently people are dressed on a day like this. Just walking around with what was probably someone's garbage bin. I don't think they make those available for personal use. And to the north of College is St. George Street, where I was earlier. To the south, Beverly Street. There's a good crowd of what I'm assuming are mostly university students right in this area. This is Henry Street. That looks quite gorgeous. Make sure there's no cars coming. I'm definitely gonna do some residential street wanders in the fall. And we're at McCall Street. So south of here is the Ontario College of Art and Design at McCall and Dundas. Or just south of McCall and Dundas, as well as the Art Gallery of Ontario is right at that intersection. There's the Lalonde Mining Building. And my camera battery is in the danger zone. We'll have to see if it'll last until I get to university. There's the old Toronto Athletic Club on the right, designed by E.J. Lennox, otherwise known as the Stewart Building, the same one behind Casa Loma and Old City Hall. Now the camera battery is winding down, but it's hard not to take in a good view of the tower. It is getting more and more obscured. Here, let me put the exposure a little better on it than it used to be from faraway distances due to all the construction activity. And this is College and University. And just to the north is the Provincial Legislative Assembly. It's kind of the Canadian equivalent of the State Capitol building. You know what? I have a little bit of battery left. My legs still want to keep moving. I have no idea when the camera will actually die, but I'm going to try to go south down to the next station before luck runs out. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. But this is Dundas University. It's got a battery meter, but it's all the way down to the last sliver. And eventually it turns red. That means I know it's really about to shut itself off. So this area is Hospital Row. There's 4 major hospitals along here. Princess Margaret and Mount Sinai on the right. Toronto General and Sick Kids on the left. There's the Campbell Family Cancer Research Center. Oh, now the camera is in the red. We are playing with fire, and this is Gerrard Street. I need to make it down to Dundas. I did an e-scooter ride along most of Gerrard Street the other week. I finished up right around here. I started in the East End. And we are so close to Dundas. There's Elm Street coming up, and then Dundas will be the one after. Oh, it looks like they're posing for a picture here.
Or you could be like lying down like Michael Jackson.
And it is blinking. We are about to lose the patient. Any second now, it's going to stop. It's appropriate that there's a flashing siren. Three, two, one. Womp womp. Camera is off. What I didn't reveal was in my pocket another camera. One that has 22% battery left. So I am cutting it close. It would have been exciting if I revealed that. I could do the old switcheroo. This is Elm Street. It's been a while since I've done a walk along Elm Street. I guess that made this a bit anticlimactic. Knowing I had the second camera. And I could enter the subway station just up here on the right. And I started a walk I posted on the channel not too long ago, just over on that street corner, and I headed south down University. Dundas Square is just straight ahead. And I think this is a good spot to wrap this up. So I hope you enjoyed this rather random and unplanned walk from Spadina and Bloor, heading southeast, cutting through part of the University of Toronto, eventually to Dundas and University, right next to St. Patrick's Station. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.